crafty friends. Nana K here with NanaKDesigns.com and the Altered Book Nook on Etsy.com. We're here to make another insert today. I think I'm going to set this one aside because it's getting chunky. I think we've done one in this one. Yeah, we just did that one. Let me see what we got over here on this one. Not sure if, yeah, we don't have a lot done. We did do this one, but we're going to keep on with, we're going to add some more to this one. You hear some click clacking on my roof? It's not Santa, I promise. Santa's not here yet. Although we did wake up to a solid white ground this morning, and no, it didn't snow. It was solid white from frost. Eastern North Carolina got a heavy frost today. I'm sorry, my computer is deciding it wants to cut up a little bit this morning, so just bear with me if I stall. It's because I'll see something on my computer that shouldn't be. It wants to keep cutting off. I don't know what's going on. It might be the weather. But what's on my roof is my little black cat. She's wanting to come in. I think she's cold, so I may have to pause. If I can get her down off the roof, I might just let her in because I have got the shop heated up really nice today. What we're going to do today, of course, is another insert. I haven't got a name for it yet, and I'm good about that. I don't get a name until I'm finished. But again, I am doing an inspirational design from something I watched on Kate Mauer. Kate Mauer. I am trying to add, of course, my own twist to it. So it's somewhat like hers, but then a lot like Nana K. So let's get started. Of course, you're going to need your base. Then you're going to need a sheet of some kind of your own heavy, like scrapbook paper. This is just some I've had laying around, like I told y'all yesterday on some of the videos. I've got a trailer full of the stuff that I bought, like from 2015 to 2018, when Michael's had these in such abundance. When Michael quit doing it, I quit buying so much of it. But anyway, we've got these. And what I did is I cut it. Let's get the measurements. But yours is going to possibly be different. It really depends on what size journal you're putting together and what size your inserts are. My inserts, we'll go over that again. My inserts are 7.5 by 4.5, I believe. Yeah, 7.5 by 4.5. Well, all my inserts are. They all fit my standard book just perfectly. My standard book is an 8.5 by 11, folded in half, and then, of course, the stitching takes up a little space. I don't like everything too close to the spine. I'm finding that, and this was something I picked up from Kate Mauer about how if you get too close to the spine, you start getting bulk in the spine, and she's right. By moving it over, I'm finding that I'm having so much less bulk. So thank you, Kate, for that suggestion. That's the one thing about our video friends, our YouTube friends. We can get so many ideas that we've been struggling with, and then they can come up with solutions, and that's what I love. Anyway, I folded it. When I put it on my thing, I just took it and kind of centered it where I thought the card was kind of centered in, and then I folded it over to where I wanted it this way, and then I folded this one this way, and then once I got that, I decided, well, I want to pocket on this side, so I'm going to fold it again right here, not quite coming to the fold line. You've got to leave a little bit of space in there. Now, we are going to cover the inside. I don't know if I'm just going to stencil it, do red ink smudges, but I am going to do something to the inside of this. You know me, I don't like white space. I can't help it. I just don't love white space. So we'll get to working on that. So let's start with that. Let's get our base down so we can start doing all the pretty fluffy stuff that we're going to do to it. I don't want to have a cardstock on the inside. I want something simple. And I don't know if I want several designs or if I want it all to be one design. Well, let's see. Let's just see if by any slim chance, 8.5 by 11 will go all the way across. And it won't quite make it, but you know what? It don't matter about this piece because it's going to fold over anyway, so it will quite make it as long as it gets to right there. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to actually... But when we start folding, we're going to get bulk. So even though I'm going to use the same pattern all the way across, I'm going to cut it like this, where I got a little space in between each one, and we'll smudge it with the ink to cover it up. But this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come in on my first flap here, try to make sure I'm kind of straight, and then I'm going to cut it. I want it as close to the edge as I can get it. You know what? We could do a little bit of a white edge. Do I want that? Maybe a little bit of a frame around it. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to cut it this way first, and then if we want a little bit of a frame, we can decide that when we get going. Let's do as we go. Because I have not really just halfway pre-planned this. I have not really pre-planned anything beyond what you already see on my desk. So you guys are going to see me in my raw craft mode. All right, so we got it that way. So that's that one. And I hope I cut it right, and it seems I did. So now we got to get it right here. Hold it here. Slide it over. Put my pencil mark. Guys, I am loving my cutting board. I don't know why in the world. I mean, I've had this thing for ages. Still in the package. I bought it, and I never used it. And I'm like, why in the world did I not use this cutting blade? This sure beats having me up and down, running to that chomper over there. I got a guillotine cutter, and that's what I normally use. And, oh, me. All right, so now, once we start realizing we're going to do some overlays and all, we have other options. The first option is we can actually cut out a little bit of a white frame, which, you know what, I don't think I'm going to do too much of. But I am going to do another layer of this. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to do another layer of this. I've got to save this for the rest of the things. I don't want to use that piece. But this is cardstock. Matter of fact, since I got a piece of cardstock in the same pattern, I hope I got more. Because if I do, we're going to be using that to do the rest of our, I should have several pieces. I got this one. That can be cut down. So that's, now these are my backgrounds normally, but I'm going to use them here. And I'm going to tell you what I'm getting ready to do. On this first piece, I'm going to make this a pocket. So I'm going to use one of the backgrounds. Then I might can just use this piece that I've already cut right here, because they should be the same size, and they are. And if I decide to make that, so I'm probably going to make that some kind of a pocket too. So I need another hard one, and hey, we're done. That's all. So we'll just set these two aside for now. I'm going to make these with this heavy cardstock, guys. This is 110 pounds that I printed on. All right, let me get back in here and recut them. So as you see, things can change while you're into your mode, things can change. Okay, I'm going to put this where I still get a good turn before I measure it. I hope you noticed what I just did. I'm trying to get as close of a cut as I can. Hiding that white. I wish I didn't like white so much, but I really do. And I don't know why. I guess just personal preferences. Maybe I just need to overcome and do something with the white showing, and that way for you that don't mind the white, I don't make it so complicated. Okay, and there again, I'm going to put it in again, and I'm going to come up here and cut this side off. And I'm going to cut just inside this line because I traced it on the outside, so I am going to actually put it on my cutter just so that the line's just a little on the outside. So it's not going to be totally on that line, I don't think. Yeah, just beyond that line a little. All right, let's see what we ended up with. See if we ended up with a perfect card match. Here, boy, here. Looks like we did. Let's look at it this way. Okay, line up on this side. I think we have a perfect match. Now, I want to do a thumb. So I'm going to make this a pocket. Okay. I have no idea how it's going to turn out, guys, because this is not the way I originally planned it. But this is the way it does when I get sitting down here. Okay, we got that. I so wish I had some red distress oxide Oh, maybe by next Christmas I'll have some red distress oxide. I like my paint, but this does have a tendency, if it gets just a slightly bit damp, to really smear. And I found my oxides, even though they're water-based, they don't seem to smear as bad if they get a little sprinkle of wetness on them, especially when you're talking with glue. My glue kind of spreads this. But now, don't get me wrong, I love my Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up's where I started my career. I always love Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up's where I've got a lot of my die cuts. I got a lot of my word stamps from Stampin' Up. I love my Stampin' Up. So I'm not going to be critical of anything they have just because I really do love them. And I love my original instructor. Her name was Helen Kenner. Her name is Helen Kenner, and she's still an instructor. And if you haven't watched any of her videos, now she does strictly Stampin' Up, it's a greeting card type thing. But if you're into that kind of thing, wanting to see greeting cards, Helen is awesome. Look her up. Look her up. Another one I watch some where I know of. I don't watch her. She goes to classes with Helen, and I've met her. Her name is Sheila Wells. I love Sheila. Sheila's the sweetest thing. These are all local crafters, so if you happen to find them on the internet or whatever, look them up. Just at least like them and share anything that they've got, because they're really nice ladies. They were my original inspiration crew. Love them to death. All right, next. Okay, now we've got a pocket there. Hadn't planned on it, so let's see how that works out. Now we're going to do our middle background. So same thing. We're going to pull this up, slide it up a little bit, and look at where this one is. I can't really turn it up that much because it's so much wider, but I'm thinking it's right about there. I think I'm safe to cut right there. So we're going to cut it one piece at a time down. Oh, I love this cutter. I cannot tell you guys. You guys have no idea in my early videos how many times I just reached over, popped the video off, got up, and cut what I needed to cut, come back, sat down, start the video again. Sometimes the video didn't restart, messed up my whole program. And yeah, this little thing is right now, while I'm behind on everything, is kind of what I'm saying my holiday lifesaver. Yep, it's my holiday lifesaver. So I am glad that I happened to, well, and the only reason I have it is because I just happen to be cleaning up these two mobile homes that we've got full of junk. And I should say, it's junk. That's because that's what I do. I junk journal, so I'm collecting junk, and more junk to junk journal with. And here I am doing more digital kits than I am junk. That's why you're seeing me using a lot of my 12 by 12 paper now. I decided, okay, Karen, you do, excuse me, that's my regular name. Nanny K, you can do digital, and you can add, no problem, you can add some of the 12 by 12s to your digitals. And that's what I'm doing, because most of you guys that are watching this stuff do have, oh, that one didn't cut straight at all, did it? Well, we can fix that problem. Most of you guys probably do have some of the 12 by 12 papers or the 6 by 6 pads, or, you know, all that good stuff. Let's see where this says it's not straight. Maybe it was the top cut that wasn't straight. I don't know, but we're going to cut just a sliver off that side, or did we even cut any? Didn't look like I cut a bit, does it? Well, let me look at this again. Let me see where the problem is. Is the problem here, where I'm trying to line it up on this edge? Or is it here on this edge? Yeah, this edge is a little wider than that edge. So I'm going to try again, guys. This is straight. I'm going to slide this over my little hole. And I only want a slither, so I may have to just do it with my scissors. We're going to see in a minute. Because that looks like it might be straight. I'm hearing a little slither cut and not where it was. Well, I didn't want it to. So that did right, I think. And I'm still going to have to cut a little, because it did peel it back a little. And I don't like that. I want a nice, smooth look here. So we're going to cut that a little bit off. Let's see if it works this time. Let's see. And it did. All right, we're good there. So, again, You can either have, well, you can't have a pocket there because we're going to have a pocket coming here. You don't want another pocket here, so the only alternative, if we want a pocket, is from the top, so that's where we're going to go. The way I get my little thumb notch cut is I'll press there. I'm going to try to keep everything in frame, guys. I am real bad about not doing that, and I apologize, but I'm going to try to look at my video camera or my screen while I'm doing this and try to stay in line. And if I get good enough at this, I may start doing these live so you guys can holler at me when I'm not doing something right. That would be nice. But I would really need my granddaughter here monitoring what you guys are saying at the same time. And she's promised she's going to come do it. Okay? Now this one, we're going to go ahead and glue down here, here, and here. Hold it at the thumb notch. Just a thin line as soon as I can get on that side. Yeah, no problem. So I say we don't want it all the way up if we're going to put something in this pocket, but we do. Because we have space at the top of this one. Do that where I can get it. Let's get it back in the right space again. Hold them right, hold them right. I'm going to push it that way more. Push it up more this way. Okay, got more white space showing there than I want. All right, that looks good, guys. So there's that part of our base done. I want to put a little bit of something, just a strip. It doesn't have to be much. Just slap that one there. And that's just so when you're looking at it, you're not seeing it. But I really, since I started with this design, I want to stick with this. And I can just use plain paper on this one that I had cut earlier. I'm just going to cut this in half like this. I'm just put it in half and cut it on my thing. This has does not have to have any precision to it because it's not going to be seen. It's just for a little bit of aesthetics underneath that flap. Okay, we're just going to glue this whole thing down. Of course, you want the edges. You want to glue the edges good. But yeah, we're going to glue this whole one down here. Just with just a tiny, barely little white showing right there. Because we're going to ink that up, slide it up. I don't like it showing at the top. I might trim that top off a little. Seems like I got more white. That's all right. We're going to go with that. That's going to get glued down. Too worried about so many little things. Okay. Make sure that we're gluing. We got a turn there. No problem. That's it. Okay. We got it. We're not in any bad shape yet. We're good, good, good. Everything's going good this morning. This is fun. All right, same thing here. I don't really need all that. I mean, guys, I'm not going to put the color right on the board. You know what I'm doing. I'm reaching over here and I'm cutting a little strip of that off so that it's not quite as wide. Don't need it quite as wide. Just need to cover this top edge so that when you're sticking stuff in and out, you're seeing no white. There again, it's just me not wanting white space. You do not have to do this step. It is not necessary for the components that's going to go in here. It's just for my own aesthetics. Again, I am just that way. All right, so we're going to put this here, just to cover the edge of that pocket up. So when you're scooting stuff in and out, you're not seeing white. You're seeing the same pattern all the way through. All right, so that's that. Now this one, looks like I got a little bit off the edge. I don't want it showing above it. Well, you know, it's too late now, so we'll trim it if I have to. No, we won't. We're just going to color it. No problem. All right, that's the last step on this as far as inking goes. I got the ink heavy right there where my spot was. Down in there, get a lot of color right there. See, I'm getting a lot of color there. And then we're just going to go all the way back around and just try to cover a lot of my white. All the way back around. I'm seeing too much white in this pocket. I really should have done a strip across here, and I may And I may do that. I don't like what I'm seeing. Again, it's just me. But I don't want to use the same pattern. I want some contrast there. So I'm going to put something else in there. Maybe the polka dot. So I'm going to cut me a strip of my polka dot here. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. I've already got this cut. I didn't want to use the same because I wanted the thumb notch to show up. But let's see if we put that there. We're still going to see the thumb notch. Okay. I'm going to try this. Okay. I really only need it about there to there. Guys, I'm sorry that the both of them, maybe I'm really particular, but I am particular about white. It just doesn't, okay, my reason for not liking the white is I don't feel like I'm seeing a really completed, finished product if I see a lot of white. Opening pockets and all, I think it's just not, I just don't think it looks real professionally done. And even though I'm just crafting, but I am a professional crafter, so I do take a little more meticulous action to my stuff. Just me. All right, that works. See, now that, even though there's a little bit of white in this corner, this is going to cover it. And matter of fact, if I have to, I'll do it like this. I really need me a red strip. So, but anyway, got that. I'm going to cover that back down. I've already got that corner. Glue this back down. And just make sure our card goes in between the other area. Okay. So now our card will only be like from here to here, sliding in, whatever we put in there. Card, tag, whatever. Hidden writing spot, which is most likely what it'll be, because that's what I've gotten into. All right, now we got white down these edges. We just want to tone them, pink them up a little bit. Got the same. Okay. It's a little better. White down the seam. Let's tone it up a little. Of course, you know, guys, it might not be so bad to actually do another color. I don't have to worry about that white. With the same thing, the pocket here, I got to find a little piece of slide in there. I'm going to go ahead and glue this pocket down right here. Because we're done here, so we're going to get that pocket glued. Or tuck, or whatever you want to call this little area here. So we're going to glue that down, hold it a minute. Okay. Do I have another little strip of anything? Anything and everything would be fine. Yeah, I'm at my cutting board. If it sounds like I just gave up on you, I haven't. I'm at my cutting board. And I really should have bought me some drink over here because I'm getting thirsty. Talking after having this terrible COVID has left my throat real dry and real sore. So my voice is probably very raspy. My husband feels like I may be going into bronchitis, but so far I don't feel it. But you guys do pray for me, because that is typical of me, is to go into bronchitis after having something like this. And last year when I had RSV, the doctors warned me another spell of it would probably be my demise. So pray for me. I do not need to get sick again. I don't want to be sick. That sickness, that RSV last year took away just about half. Well, I was sick from February to June. Took almost half my year away from me. And that is why we are so far behind on what we're doing now. But I have made up my mind. We are going to catch up, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to not let it all stress us. We're just going to keep right on going with the flow. That's what crafting is all about. It doesn't have to be stressful. See, I just popped that in there with no problem. It covered most of the white. It blends. I'm going to cover my pocket back. Add my pocket back. Make it real strong this time. Okay. And guys, the base of our project is done. I have a few touch-ups at the end to do. A few little places that I'm seeing that need a little bit of stain. Might have some places that need to be trimmed, like this has got to have just a teeny tiny bit of trim where it overlapped. Not much. See, just that little sliver though. It amazes me that that little sliver can make the biggest difference in the way something looks. All right, so we have got our done. Now I'm trying to decide at this point if we're going to need something to make it lay down. I'm thinking, and I wish I'd done it before I sealed it. We can still manage. I'm going to take the same paper, if I got any left, and I do, I'm going to cut me a piece. I don't want to waste it, but I've got a piece that's got a little bit of torn in it. I'm going to cut that piece off. Okay, I'm going to take my, which size punch? I don't want nothing that big. I really wanted something a little larger. No, that's perfect. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to punch some buttons. We're going to make us some buttons. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue two together. Let me find some more cardstock. I'm going to cut a few of these. I want mine real heavy, so I layer it quite a bit. I want them really, I want my dots heavy. So we're going to layer it quite a bit. All right, so I'm going to start, little strings everywhere. Gonna glue this one in my end frame, yes. And glue that together. So that gives me a little bit of a layer of strength there. With another one for the second button. I gotta go find my brads though. I do not know what I did with them the other day. But I got more in the back, so I may have to get up and get them. Okay, now, here we go. Let's make this a really strong button. Gotta be able to punch a hole through it, so don't make it too strong. There's my first button. Make sure you get them outside edges. That's what's important, the outside edges. And I just kind of tap these with my fingers like that. And that kind of helps round them out. And if you press on them, they can slide. So just make sure you double check again once you've pressed on them. And I have a roller, and I don't know where it is right this minute. Oh, there it is. My husband found this little roller at Dollar Tree. And I love it. It helps me press down my glue. All right, so now there's one button done. Let's get this other one done. That's going to be our closure. I hadn't planned on a closure, but guess what? We're going to have to do one. Because I don't want it to pop up. And it's popping up because I added this cardstock, but that's okay. Remember, you can do this without even making these pockets, just to keep them blank. You know, there's lots of ways, and I probably will do more of these inserts. I got 3 signatures, and we may do the same exact layout with a different way, doing a different way. They don't have to be exactly the same. Okay, the way I get my center of my buttons is I lay them on my square here. And this is my center here, my center here. So I come in with my pokey tool that my husband found me at a garage yard sale. And I just poke my hole. I got my hole in that one. And then and just to be sure that I'm kind of the same, even though it should be. And I think I'm a little off on this one. It's not quite the center, but you know what? Who cares? Well, let's try it again, see if we can get exactly the center. Who am I kidding, right? It's okay. We're close enough. All right. Now, the key to these two is the fact that I've got to put them on the front of this and put behind the pocket. So, and we got to make sure that when we put a card in, it's not going to snag on this. So, we got to be careful. Well, you know what, really, we don't have to do it like this. That way, we don't have to worry about it snagging. We can do it like this and then just do a wrap. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're only going to do one button. See, I've changed my mind all the time. Don't y'all get so eager with me. You can either leave it down and put your hand underneath. And since you're not doing it on the other side, you're in good shape here. But, of course, got to give me just a second here so I can do this little thing I want to do right here. Oh, we won't mention what I'm doing, but anyway. And we're going to put it here. It's not that noticeable. Let me start burning bread. Give me just a second. I won't be but a second. Let's hope the video comes back. Well, I found some. These are larger than the ones I'm talking about. My other ones were from Stampin' Up, and they were really teeny tiny. And they're in a small pouch, but I'll lay them somewhere, but it doesn't matter. These are fine. These are fine. We're not going to fuss over a little brad today. It's not going to stop us from doing what we need to do. But I am going to have to punch this hole a little larger. A lot larger. So that we can get the brad in it. And it went in. There was no problem. And it's not bad. It looks like a berry up there. All right, so it's going to go in somewhere under this pocket here. Make sure. Let's see about where I want to punch. It's going to be about in the middle of this flower here. Okay. Doesn't have to be anywhere perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. Slide it over and pull the prongs down. Get them under here. That's both of them. I want them separated. All right, like that. I'm going to turn it around this way. And then I'm going to get me some washi tape. After I really press this down like this. Okay, be careful don't poke through. Okay, and now we're going to take washi tape and put. Now, if I had thought about it, I could have done it before I put the strip right there. But you know, it's one of those things that as you're working, you decide to do something a little different. But that's fine. We got it under control. But I'm going to get my pretty star-spangled washi tape. Tear me off a piece. And yes, I glue extra on it, always. Because I just, you know. Now, my washi tape is pretty strong, but to be safe, I want it on that. Mash down flat. And hopefully we won't have an issue getting the card in. I don't think we will. I've got it down, as you can see. I'll get this out of the way. There you go. Maybe you can see it right there. Okay, so we got that on. Oh, Lord, and I've done it on the wrong side. Lord, guys, I just put my thing inside my pocket, and it was supposed to go on the outside. We will fix it, though. We're not going to start over this time. I'm going to open my pocket. I started to do this while ago, and I said it would be easier if I open my pocket, and it will. So we're going to pull this back off and repair all the damage I just did, which is not much, just a little hole, and nobody but you and me going to notice it. And when we decorate that, nobody's going to notice it. No way. It needed to go on that side. That side. This piece. No problem. We're going to poke again. Right there. And redo it. Lord have mercy. Ain't that the way it goes? Ain't that the way some of our days just go? But that's all right. That is a typical crafting moment. Okay, push it down. Get my tape. And really, this is key, guys. If you carve it like that, you definitely are going to catch your cards on it or whatever you're going to put in your pocket. So let's just go ahead and do it. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the inside of that pocket. Nobody's seeing the inside but you and me right this minute. And once we glue all this back down, all that's going to go away anyway. And we're going to come in here and I'm just going to pink up that spot because I don't think we're going to notice it. But if you're a real stickler and you want it real neat, you go back in and you can go back in and redo that whole thing. But like I say, when you do it like this, you're not going to see it no way. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get rid of this little bit of a white line there. Okay. All right. Now we're done. All right. Let's get back and reglue her. And I want these edges strong. I am sorry. I am sorry. I may have to go get me some ice water. My husband did not make my vitamin water concoction this morning. I'm going to have to go get on him. He was cleaning out my refrigerator for me when I left, cleaning up my kitchen. Yeah, I am so blessed. When it is winter, although I don't like winter. Now let me say, when it's winter, I get lots of help in my house because he don't like to be outside, and so he just works in the house, and I get to come craft while he cleans house. All right, guys, so now that's ready. This is going to attach on like this. I see another little white spot. Matter of fact, I see a spot that really needs just a tiny bit of trimming. It's hanging over this outside edge. And I don't want it to hang over, just a sliver. And that part's done. Now we're going to start working on what's going to go in at the inside and finish up this. I am going to use this Christmas twine right here. That's what I'm going to do my closure with. But because we're going to do a wraparound, we're going to have to glue the string to the back like so. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. No, yeah, let me see. Let me look at it. Let me get it done. Let's get the string around where we're going to need it. If we're going to do it there, it's going to have to untwine. I got to think a minute, guys, because if we do a wraparound, if we're going to do a wraparound, the string is not going to be loose. But you're going to need to be able to unbind it. So we're not going to be able to do a wraparound on this one because it's, unless we do a double wraparound, which I've never done, which is different. We can do it like this. Oh, that works. That's different, guys. I would hope somebody could catch it, but that's what we're going to do. I like that. I've never done it, but it'll hold it. The idea, though, I'm trying to get is just to get me a closure. So, cut my string off. Doesn't have to be exact. Got lots of it. I'm going to put my string around the back and glue it. I'm going to go ahead and glue that so I don't forget. Because if I don't do it while it's on my mind, you know, I'm more likely to forget. Don't worry about what this back looks like because nobody's going to see it once we glue it down anyway. So we're just going to kind of go through the middle. Here, come on, have a tack. Just a little zigzag through the middle to hold that on while we're finishing up the booklet. Let's put it like that. Make sure it where we want to be. We are, and we are. Okay. I'm going to rub it a few seconds. It might stick to my mat, but I'll be able to pull it up. Okay, we got our string closure hooked on. And the way we're going to close it, we're going to bring one over this way and one over this way, and then we're going to make two dangles. We'll have something cute dangling from the bottom. Already got an idea what I'm going to put there. Okay, so let's close fabric tack back up because in the winter it really gets gooey if it sits open. All right, so that is looking adorable. It's going to sit on here just like this. Isn't that cute? I'm going to set it like this because I'm going to have another pocket up here. All right? No, we're not because we got that piece. This is going to hang out. So that's where we're going to do it lower. Okay, we're not going to do another pocket. All right, that's done. Quit jibber jabbering. Let's go on. Let's start getting our decorating done. All right, what do we want on this flap? What do we want on here? And what are we going to do in here? Well, first of all, let's start looking at our kits. Our kit stuff that we've already got done. I'm looking at my stuff, and I'm also looking at the stuff that I've cut out from RachandBell's Timeless Christmas Kit. If you haven't seen it, go look it up on her site, RachandBellsCrafts. Go look at her kit. This kit has got some of the cutest stuff, and I couldn't resist. I've been watching the Christmas Craft Off 23. And the stuff that's being made with this kit is just absolutely beautiful. But I had already started my journal long before she started the craft off. And I just thought, well, you know, I'm not going to do those projects right now. I might add a couple of them into this book. But I'm not going to do a full copycat craft off. And so I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to use a lot of the ephemera she has in her kit. And so that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm looking at my stuff that I got from RachandBell's Timeless Christmas. So that just goes to show, again, on a video I done recently, that you can mix and match digital kits. You don't have to use the same digital kit for every piece of your project. You can mix and match. Okay, I like this. It goes so cute with the poinsettias. It's a simple pocket, or it's simply a journaling tag is what it is. But I'm going to make it into a pocket right here. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to do anything extra fancy. I am going to put my thumb tab in there. I can't fold this one because I've already got it so thick. So I got to measure it. It is 8 1/4. So 4 to 8 is about my center. So we'll just put a little pencil mark right about there. It's probably not exact, but it's close enough. And again, my little punch, it's disappeared on me, but it's got to be close by. There it is. I'm beginning to think maybe I just got too much desk space because stuff can hide from me. All right, I made my little thumb notch. I'm going to ink my thumb notch up, ink all the way around my card. All of this one already has a reddish colored border. I'm just still going to do a little bit. Just a little. Stain some inside. Keep my color theme, because this really went with my gingerbread kit, I think. And anyway, all right, so that is going to go right in the center there, and we'll do another little card or something stuck there. And if you don't want it that large, if you want it lower, you can cut your pocket off, but I think I'm going to leave mine full size. Okay, yeah, I'm brainstorming. When you see me stop and do like that, I got to brainstorm, and I'm trying to think, do I want to do that? Do I want it to flip up? No, I don't. I think I want to stay simple on this. And the reason is I want to keep the bulk down. I've already got this one bulkier than what I had intended it to be. And like I say, on one of the signatures, we're going to do another one, and we're going to do it differently, where we have little to no bulk, but we still have a beautiful design. You see what we're going to do. Still be useful. Okay, but this is going to go kind of low, kind of centered. I'm going to eyeball it and make sure that hopefully I'm straight. And since I pulled my little roller out, that's what we're going to press with. Now the big key is these corners. Make sure you get your corners down tight, especially when you're using a thicker card like this. I'm not going to try to stick anything in it. After we give it a 5 or 6 minutes to dry, we'll come back and stick my bone folder down in it and loosen it up. That is if I can find it. It's like stuff walks away. There it is. See, it was hiding. I knew it had to be hiding. But we'll come back and we'll go under here and stretch this a little. But we got to let these edges dry first. Okay, over here, what do we want? Do we want another pocket on the inside of this, or do we just want a pretty design? Like I say, we're trying to keep the bulk down. Tell you something else I'm going to do while it's on my mind, because I've thought about it 2 or 3 times while we've been doing it, and then I get busy doing something else. I'm going to round these corners. The theme so far on all these inserts have been rounding corners. So I am going to come in and round these corners. I say I am. That corner is going to be ugly. And it might be because I had gone back and re-glued it, if you remember, and the glue may not quite be dry. But we're going to try that again, because I do not like how that tore out my corner. There we go. Stain that back like it was. Stain that one back. Then come on this side. Let's see. Yeah, I want these corners right here rounded on the top fold. And again, I may have a problem with this rounder because, I started saying it's so many layers thick. It is a lot of layers thick, though. And this one don't really like me to round when it's really thick layers. So that just gives it a better, to me, again, my preference, you do what you want. It just gives it a more finished look than just a square. All right, so there we're on that. Now, what are we going to do over here? Are we going to, I know what I want to do over there. That'll be a simple one for me. I'm going to do a simple writing spot. I'm going to do a simple writing spot, but I'm going to make it folded out writing spot. I got 2 pieces of paper here. We don't want that many. Okay, we're going to come over here. Look at this. All right, where the thumb notch is, I want to be below that thumb notch. And I want some space around it. And I want space around the back. So I want to fold it right about there and there. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's make it a writing spot. And this is where I can add interactive features without adding excessive bulk, is by adding journaling spots like this. Okay, so let's get the cutting board out. And let's trim this one back, like so. Let's trim it down. I'm going to trim that off. Okay, and then we've got to measure here. Guys, I'm sorry I sling stuff, but that's me. I just get so trying to do, and this thing won't open for some reason today. It's cold. I can't remember where I needed it. Let me look again. I lost my finger spot, but I want it on that line right there where my thumb is. All right, we want it just below that line, just a tiny hair. Okay. All right, so now what we've got over here, so we're going to put this down. We have a writing spot, and then it's going to open again. And you've got more writing spots. So you got a lot of journaling space here. So I'm going to glue this down, but I'm only going to glue it like this. I'm only going to glue it as if there's a pocket back there, and I'll tell you why, because if you want to put more stuff in there, you can. Just give people a lot of options when you're building your journals, because a journal is exactly that. It's a place to put lots and lots of memories, do a lot of writing. So that's the whole idea. Okay. Make sure I'm even. Make sure I'm even all the way around. Okay, the first piece is down. The other piece is wants to pop up a little, so I'm going to keep pressing it. Okay, so there's what you got. And you still got spot there if you want to put something beside it. You wouldn't want to put a lot because this would tear. And then some of you may just rather have it down. And I'm beginning to think I really don't want it up. So I'm just going to come back in and it's just because the paper's so thin, I really don't want it like that. I'm going to glue it down. I prefer it just be down and I don't have to worry about it messing up. So there it is. So there's your writing spot on that side. Got a cute little writing space. And on this side, I didn't do anything on the front, but on this side, I'm going to, I cut my piece that I had for this. I'm going to make a writing spot there. I need to trim this trim that up a little. It's not looking real smooth on that edge. Again, just me being me, because you know it is a junk journal. Even though it's a digital plan junk journal, it's a junk journal. So everything doesn't have to be perfect, but go slow when you're trimming really small areas like this, because sometimes it will tear even worse. There we go. Now that's nice and smooth. That's what I wanted to see. Nice and smooth edge. Now the other edge is a little rough too, guys. And that's because I pieced this paper together before we got on camera. I had actually made this little booklet. But we're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to get our blade at the top where it glued. And then I get a smoother edge as I'm going down. I feel like I do anyway. And I want to make sure we're even. Doesn't look like I got anything cut. Okay, I know this way to cut it, hold it down tight. It is not doing it. What is wrong with my blade? All right, my blade is being rude today. I'm going to go this way. I don't want to cut it too thin because I've already got it pretty much measured for that flat. Got it pretty measured. Uh-oh, my blade. Something's gone wrong with my blade here. There must be something underneath. But it's not cutting. Maybe, it just may be that it's not meant to be, right? Sometimes I have to say that what happens. It's just not meant to be. Yeah, my cutting blade is not down in my thing where it belongs. All right, so we'll just set it aside for now. And I'll take the scissors and hope to goodness. Now, you know what? You got your trusty blade here. I'll lay it on the thing here. I've got to thin that edge out. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Just me being me again. Got this crusty little rascal. Even though sometimes it really gives me a hard time. But we're going to hope for the best on this one. Just a slither, as you see. I'll use that word a lot, don't I? Slither, is that all I want? Shiver or sliver? Yeah, that's what I want. That's the word I want. Okay, let's trim you up right there with the scissors. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do on this side is another writing space. And this one flips up like this. It's got 4 pages. And I think I want to do a book cover on this one. Yeah, I do. But I don't want this color. I don't want that. I had picked out the polka dot. I had. And I wanted it just inside it a little bit. Okay, let me try again. Figure out why the cutter doesn't want to cut her. And it is. I must have broke my cutter, y'all. I'm not kidding. I think I broke. No, there it went. I thought I had broken my cutter. Let's see, is it too wide? That's too wide. Okay, let's cut it off just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. That wide. I don't want to cut it too narrow either because we got to have a paper clip behind it. Let's do it twice just to be safe. Pull it aside. And let's see if that's going to work now. All right. I think we're good. And I think we're good. All right, so this is going to go over the top of this paper like this. Okay. See this, like this. Let's try to center it because it is a small little piece. So we're going to try to center it on there. Then we're going to fold it over like this. Okay. And then we're going to glue it to this piece here. Like this. Okay. Glue this in. This is your last chance to make sure you've got it in there right. Fold it down. Now you can either put it on like this or you can put it on like this. I'm going to do it with my cover the front way, but before I do, I'm going to take my medium corner rounder and round my corners. Again, trying to stay with the same thing, and of course I am going to ink it, and then I'm going to do each one of my papers on the corners because they are staggered or waterfall. These have gotten just a slight waterfall design to them. Am I in the camera? Okay. The paper is not wanting to go in. All right, there it goes there. It might not be the paper not want to go in. It might be that I'm just, because I'm using my left hand instead of my right. I am very right-handed. I used to years ago be able to use both hands, especially when I was drawing or sewing and doing things. But I had a stroke a few years back in 18. I had a brain bleed. And now that's another miracle I have walked through in life, so I thank the Lord for. But it left me where this side of my body just don't want to function right. Okay, I'm staining now just slightly around it. This is our little pamphlet. Isn't it cute? It is so cute, guys. And I'm not, each of these, just a tiny bit on the bottom, just to kind of distinguish the fact that they're little pages. See, just a little bit of pink, not a lot, but enough that you can see it when you first pick it up. You can see the waterfall there. That's all I'm after. Again, this is inspired by Kate Mauer. Okay. All right, so now we're going to glue this in. And again, I'm only going to glue this part. I'm only going to glue this part. I don't think I have to glue the whole thing down. I'll look when I do this. I'm going to flip it and see if I need to glue it all down. But I really, oh, you know what? I need to round this corner up here. It may be too thick, but let's see if we can round. I used the medium, didn't I? Or did I? I can't remember. No, I used the large on that bottom corner. All right, let's squeeze up in there. Oh, and let's pray that it's going to stamp through, and it's not. So we're going to have to hand cut this one. Oh, Lord, now I've jammed it. All right. Well, I can see where it went, so I can actually do my corner like that. Not all that pretty, but I'm actually going to just do my corner like that, and that was supposed to round out, and it didn't, but that's it. A little bit round, and I don't like that. I got another round punch. Let's see if this one will go all the way through, and I'm not sure that it will. It doesn't like me either. This one would have done it. I should have used that one. And I'm really unhappy with it. But we're going to go with it because really all we're after here is the concept. Oh, that got it. That got it better. Whew, thank you. All right. Back to where we're going to glue it in. I'm trying to think, when we pick it up, are we going to want to pick it up all the way? I think we will. I think we're just going to glue the top. And if you guys don't like it, just glue it at the top. You can always glue this whole bottom piece down. I'm going to leave mine open. And if somebody wants to put something completely underneath it, they can. Okay. Make sure it's kind of even. Now that might be the reason why you want to glue it all down. I don't want it sticking out, so what do we got here? Okay, so where are we at? So this is where we're at, and it is trying to roll over there a little. Oh, there it goes. It did. So we're good. I do need to straighten it out just a little. It's still a little crooked. You need to come in a little. I have to come in a whole lot. The idea is you don't want this to stick out when it's closed, okay? So make sure. And I think we're good. It's going to open now. We're going to have to go back. I cut too much, guys. See that? I cut too much. So let me see if we can fix this. That's some mighty pen paper, but we're gonna cut another piece. Give me just a second. There again, this is what happens when you're doing things sometimes. It just don't turn out the first time. Let me find another piece of my polka dot paper. I thought I had a whole card one. All right. And I'm going to cut it. Needs to cut. I don't have to do it all again, so I'm going to try to make sure I cut it the first time the right size. I don't think I did, but I'll know in the second one. All right, did we get it the right size? All the way up? No, it's not quite straight, but we're going with it. All right, again, we're going to, oh, I cut two, that's why. All right, I'm thinking it's straight. Let me look at it on the ruler here, and it's not. Try one more time to get it straight. Might be a time for me to take a little break, because when I start getting like this, I get really agitated with myself. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again. We're going to fold it up right about there. And before I do it on this time, I'm going to cut my corners. And we won't make the same mistake twice, will we? All right, so this is our cover. Let's come in with our corners. Them cut. Hopefully they're going to match the ones we've already got. Cut this corner. and this corner. Take a look at the back. Trim that little bit off. Go back and glue it on again. Yeah. We got it, guys. Except now the glue wants to cut up. Do you ever just want to throw everything? Oh, I get that way sometimes. I watch Camilla Crafts, and she reminds me of me a lot. She just sits here and dabbers and says off-the-wall stuff, and I love her. I just love her. Camilla Crafts. And I can't think of her name, but I think it's called Camilla Crafts. I'll look it up, because she is really funny, and she's fun to watch. So I love giving you guys tips on other people, because sometimes I may go a week without putting a video up, and if you're really working on a journal or something, you may not want to go a week, and you may want to look at some of these other people's ideas. And please, if I tell you to go look at somebody, please subscribe on the channel. None of the subscriptions, none of us take your email and start mailing you things. That doesn't happen. The subscription just tells YouTube that we've got people looking at our channel and that they like our work. And so I hope that if I recommend somebody, you'll go and look at their channel and subscribe and help them out. I hope that you'll subscribe on my channel and help me out. So I hope that the people I mention at some point in time will discover me, because I don't imagine Camilla knows I exist. I don't imagine, I know Angela Kerr knows I exist, because she texts me every once in a while. In fact, Angela's really sweet. When I'm sick, Angela Kerr always sends me the cutest, the sweetest thing, telling me she hopes I get well. And you don't know how much that means, because she don't have to do that, okay? All right, there is our cute little other writing spot, and we've got it done. Now all I've got to do is just a little bit of decoration there, but I like that. So for right this second, I want to do a little bit of decorating on this, I think. And then again, I don't know if I do. I think I want to leave this totally like this. Like I said, we're going to do this, and we're going to wrap it this way, and we're going to wrap it this way. That's your two wraps. And we're going to leave it dangle. So I don't think, of course, we can pull this as tight as we want and make it really lay down. I like that. And then I put my little dangles and put my little, I'm not going to do anything to the front. That's just my decision. You can go in with some, let me show you, like some fussy cut art. If you got something that blends well, but, and then my problem is I may do something and decide I want to put it on there. But you can come in and put something like this on your, and which I like. Which I like. That's not adding a lot of, it's not adding any extra bulk, because it's no thicker than this piece here. And I kind of like that. But that's the kind of thing you can do. You can go in and look at your chip art or stuff that you've pre-prepped. And you can come in and put something. He's too bright, but she blends. Oh, and the candle is really pretty with the, on there. The mouse might be something cute. I got mason jars. You might have a tag, like a tag effect that you want to put there. Another little pocket, not impossible to do. You know, those are the things you can do. Or you can do it on the side. I really think I like my little girl, and I am my daughters. Now, see, there again, I changed my mind. I told you ideas that you could do. And, hey, I just like the way that just kind of breaks up the background a little, but it doesn't intrude on the mechanism here. And when I say mechanism, the flap is what I'm talking about. It doesn't intrude on that flap. There's nothing except for aesthetics. That's all she is. But that's kind of cute. All right, let's go. Get out of the inside. We're going to do a little bit of something on this. I think I'm going to bring out my die cuts that I've already got done. I hope I can find something I like. I like the snowflakes. You can go with the white snowflakes. I kind of like those. I don't want to use pink because I'm working on a pink journal. Save those from my pink journal. I got my dark green there. Here's my greens. Oh, and I like these little words. Okay, let's just pull out a few of my die cuts and let's see if we can come up with something on this side over here. And I like this, trying to decide which green I like the best. All right, guys, I'm still reaching into my die cuts. I have lots of die cuts. That's a different color greens. And these are my reds up here. Okay, we can pull out a few of those and see what we've got. And I don't know what color these are. These look like greens too, so we're going to pull out a few of these. Let's see what we're going to do. All right. On this, I just don't want to do anything specific except just decorate it a little. I think I almost rather just, let's go with, oh yeah, I like that. I like that. I think I like this right here with a couple of snowflakes pouring down. If they're not too big. Got one there and then a small one there. And let's see if we got one more. Okay, let's do it like maybe this way. Break it up. I don't want the green at all, so we've chunked the green, guys. Chunked the green. Chunked the green. Haven't chunked the wording yet, but I've chunked the green. So up there it goes, back out of the way. Let's look at this. I do like one on that corner, one on that corner, and one in the center. Goodness. And let's see what letters we got. We got holidays, joy, love, peace, love, joy. Oh yeah. Peace, love, joy. I like that, guys. That's what I'm going to do on the side. So this is where you can come in and find out that die cuts really fill in spaces without adding that extra bulk that you do not want to add when you're adding to these journals. Okay, so we're going to kind of put that way to the side a little. I'm going to kind of center this snowflake. Well, I think I'm going to get my love, joy, and peace in there first. I love this. I cannot remember where I got this die from, but I have to hate to admit it. I think this might have been one when I first started doing a little Temu. I am not ordering from Temu anymore. I'm sorry, guys. Don't know that Temu done it. I don't want to give them a bad rap. But I have had I've had PayPal going on 12 years. Never have I ever had my information get hacked until I started ordering from Temu. And I had it hacked twice, and I've had to change my password twice, and I'm just becoming a little eerie, so I will not be, when I do use it, I go to a separate computer, and I use a account that I've just put just enough money in to pay for what I'm ordering. I put that one up too high, but I don't think I can move it now. So it may have to go on the top, and I may have to find some other small one. Yeah, I still want to use it, but I'm going to have to try to twist it where it's not. I'm disappointed that I put that too high, and I don't think I can move it now. I really don't. So let's see if we can find a little bit smaller in between when it can go. I got a lot of snowflakes cut here. I think I got some others up some other place. That one's a little smaller, but I don't like that open center like that with that solid center. I really like this design. And you really can just do it right there. Let's just don't be so picky. I'm just not going to try to be too picky with this. One thing, we got to get these journals done. We're in an hour already on this one. So this one took longer than I had anticipated. There's that, and that's that, and that one's done. Let's call that a done job right there on that side. We're finishing up, no problem. And this is where when I'm doing the videos, it comes in handy. Holidays, I like that too. Over that, but we're going to cover it anyway. Of course, you could do it here. All right, let's quit piddling. All right. Now, we got to get a card to go in here. And let's see if we got one that's already done. This is This is why I say prepping comes in so handy for me, because if I start running short of time, I usually can find something in my prep stuff. And if I can't, we'll do something else. You know, I'll leave it and we'll come back to it, because the journaling cards are something you can always come back and do. All right, so we need to find a tag too. What we're going to do in the tag. I'm trying to get tags from my kit, but if I can't find something that's from my kit, we'll do something else. I like Santa. I like Santa on this one. And he's a little too big. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, let's slide all this other stuff that we started. Look at this. We're going to have to try to look at it on top of this right here. I'm going to move this kind of down because I want my tag, you know, the top of my tag to come up to there. So we're going to want just a little bit shining through on each side. If I slide my tag in as far as it'll go, I'm still a little too tall. It's going to come off my page, I'm afraid. No, it's not. So, you know what? We're not going to cut that tag. We're going to leave it just like that, because when you lay it on the page, you're still not above the book. All right, so let's just go with the flow here. Pull this tag out. I'm not going to take but a minute to do our thing with this little guy. Hole punch. Get him measured kind of in the middle, like so. Punch him. And since we're using that little twine, I think I'm going to stick with the twine on the rest of this particular insert. Just stay with the twine. I don't think you have to have always a whole lot of stuff. Okay. Simple. Just a simple tag, guys. And I may do dingle dangles on that one too. Okay? So there's my tag there. And now we got to find a tag to go in here. It's going to be one of these smaller ones. And we're going to go with this one. Oh, that matches the background. So that one's a perfect one. Let's see. Yep. So let's trim it up. Make sure it looks nice. I see a little white showing. Get my trusty ink pad out. Put a little piece of twine on it. Yes. Spruce it up a little. There we go. Got that one. And we're going to come in with this. Center it best we can. Precise. Same thing again. We're going to do another. And we may do dingle dangles on it. We're on the center base, guys. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to hang it over, and we're probably going to put a couple of dingles on that. So this card's going to go this tag here, that tag there. Okay, we got a writing spot here. We got to find a big card. There is a big card here, and I'm going to find it, and I think this is it. It may be too big, but we're going to be able to fix it right now. I'm going to cut it off. Guys, bear with me. I am cutting away from the video. I don't think you have to see me cut all the time. I'm cutting off that little excess on the sides that was a green frame. I think I'm going to quit, like I said yesterday on one of my videos, I'm going to quit framing my cards because I end up cutting it off anyway. All the time. Every time. I end up cutting it off. I'm sorry. This thing is jamming on me bad today. I did stitch this one, so there's a little bit of stitching on this card. Give me just a second. I'll be back with you with it. I guess you can hear me cutting in the background. I am cutting, smacking, and making noises. All right, I've got it cut down some. Hopefully. It didn't cut as pretty as I want. My blade on my cutter must be getting tired. All right, so let's see if we got the right size. We need to cut some bottom off. A little bit of the top off. Just a little. And now this one's got stitching, so I'm trying to be cautious. Not cut my stitching, but I cut it anyway, I think. Okay. I'm cut a little bit of the ginger's leg. I hope not too much of it off. This was a thick card, too. So I have to make sure that blade didn't want to cut all the way through. Let's see. Oh, yeah, now we're going to slide them in. So we got that card slid in there. So you got a card there. And guys, we're done. Unless you want to do something else to this, I don't want to do anything to that on mine. I am going to go, before I finish the book, I will go find, and I'm probably not, I'm probably just going to add something like this at the tip of my fingers. Something like that, or either some really small pieces of ephemera. I got some, it's like little teeny pieces, little stars. I'm going to put something. I'll either put, I just don't think I'm going to get my metal charms because they'll bulk it up too much. I'm going to need some kind of flat charm on these. But this book is done. I think we're done with this. So let's get it into our signature and call it a day for today. See how much more bulk it got. That's a good thing we put a string on it, because by adding the booklet to it, we just added right much bulk on this edge, so the string's going to hold that down. All right, let's go. We're going to glue the back. We're going to glue the whole back, and I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because it gives me time to move it around a little bit. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you'll visit the people I've talked about in the video. I have said something about Kate Mauer several times, but I'm not finding any really new videos lately, so I don't know what's happened to Kate. I hope she's okay. I'm going to look for her mother-in-law's site and see if she's doing any new videos, and her name is Catherine Mauer. I'm going to look her up and see. I might just send her a message and find out where Kate is, because I emailed Kate about something. Well, I want to buy one of her journals, and I emailed her, and I've not gotten a response, and that's been way before I had COVID, so we're probably talking a month. So anyway, but her videos are still there, and they're still very educational. I just wish she would come up with some new stuff and share with us. All right, I'm going to put this in on my thing here, get it straight. Then I'm going to open it up and take my little roller and do my little rolling thing. Like I said, Dollar Tree in the makeup section. Don't ask me what it was used for originally, but it is now my glue roller. I'll flip it over to the back side, do the same thing again. All this is going to be glued down, so you're not going to see it. Not going to see it. All right, let's make sure we're in good shape here. Let's make sure we can put our tag over here. We can put our thing here. Oh, yeah, guys. Isn't that pretty? It looks really good. I'm going to trim it just a little more. There's my string. Oh, what do y'all think? I think it's absolutely cute. And I think I'm trying to decide which page I want to put it on. I've already got a big and bulky thing there. I think I want to go further. Oh, I like it there. I like it there. So I'm going to put it right here on this page. And that's the other thing, guys. That's the other thing about these inserts that we're coming up with here. Oh, I see a goof up. I bet you can't tell me what it is. I did not corner around this, and I want to stay with my thing. I got to find my large corner around, see if it's going to work. I might do it. My guardian angel is with me today. Oh, didn't work out really quite as well in that corner. Let's find the other one. I hate the way these things just disappear on my desk. Yeah, I got it better that way. So I'm going to see him fight it too much. It's not going to go on. So remember around the corners before you glue your stuff down, because this is what happens, and I'm not going to dare pull it apart, so we're just going to leave it that way. Nobody's going to notice it but me and you, so. All right, so now, but what I was in the process of saying when I discovered I didn't round my corners. The great thing about this is getting your journal prepped, and I just got glue on my back, so let me rub it. That's another thing about the Fabri-Tac. You get glue on something, you can rub it and it'll curl up, but you got to do it while it's wet, and it'll come on off. So make sure, be careful, because that was where we had put the string on the back, and I still had glue on the thing. That's right. Now, that's the thing about these inserts. go back to my fault. You can design your signatures, get the base of your signatures done, your stitching and everything, then set your signatures aside. Decide how many inserts you're going to want to put, what pages, so how many you're going to need. Then you can spend the rest of your time just making inserts, just doing your inserts off to the side, do 20, 30 of them, and set them aside, and then take your book and start deciding where you want each insert. It's that, you know, it's that simple. This just helps me tremendously. Like I can sit at home once I've got my components together and I can put stuff together. Don't necessarily have to be right here in my shop. I like it there. I kind of like it stuck underneath that, but no, let's ban that idea. But I kind of really like it on this side. So this is the side we're going to put it on. See, that's another thing. You don't have to. It gives you time to decide where you want to put something. If you're actually designing it on that page, that's where it's going to stay. That's the thing about designing these off to the side. I don't have to stick with the page that I started out with. If I see another page once I've got it done and the component colors matches something else a little better, then I can go somewhere else and stick it on. And that's what we're doing today. Again, I'm staying close on the side, keeping as much balance as I can between here and here. We don't want the tag to be above the book. Keep your balance here, but keep yourself away from your spine as much as you can so that you don't end up with bulk right at the spine. That is what we're trying to prevent with this new book, this new style that I'm doing. We're trying to prevent that bulk on that spine. Okay? And that's got that one, guys. We have managed to get another project done. Let's go through it again. We're going to pull, make sure we get it unwrapped the right way. You got a waterfall journaling spot here. You got a tag that you can write on, another writing tag in the back here. You've got another writing page here. Then you've got a journaling card in here with writing spot on the back of that. Lots and lots of writing spot with minimal bulk. We don't have a lot of bulk on this one. The string is tied to the back so you can kind of pull it tight. Get both of them together, pull tight, and then pull it down like this, and it holds it tight down. And that's our project today. This is Nana Kay saying thank you for watching. I hope you watched the video all the way through. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Please share my video. Hashtag Nana Kay Designs is something that we're using a lot. So if you want to hashtag it, you can. If you're sharing it, I appreciate it. And again, I have used inspiration from Kate Mowers. I have used some cards and elements from the hashtag Christmas Craft Off 23 from RachandBellsCrafts. It's called Timeless Christmas. If you haven't got that kit, go back and consider getting that kit. It is well worth the expense of it. It's not expensive, but it's well worth the money. Especially if you just need a lot of ephemera to add to something that you're already doing. I have gotten so many cute little pieces, as you see, that I've gotten pre-prepped, ready to go if I need them. So go ahead and look at that. And again, I guess that's all I got to say for today. It's Nana Kay signing off. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to try to do another one today. I think I'm going to take a little break. My throat's not being real happy. So come back to see me tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye for now.